On a lonely hill above Louisville, Kentucky, there's a building that once watched people die so slowly they called it the White Plague. This is Waverly Hills Sanatorium. In the early 1900s, tuberculosis was tearing through Jefferson County. The wetlands along the Ohio River turned the air itself into a carrier, and the city needed somewhere to sick, somewhere out of sight. In 1910, they built a small hospital on this hill. By 1926, it had grown into a 5-story giant, able to hold more than 400 patients. Life here was a strange mix of hope and horror. Patients lay in open-air wards through winter snows and summer storms, lungs collapsing, while doctors tried experimental surgeries and treatments that sound brutal now but were called mercy then. Thousands of people died in these rooms over the decades. Some were cured and walked back down the hill. Many never left. Beneath the building, a long concrete tunnel runs from the hilltop down to the road below. Officially, it was built to carry supplies and workers in bad weather. Unofficially, it became something else, a discreet way to move bodies out of the hospital so the patients still fighting wouldn't see how many were losing. Staff called it the service tunnel. The legend calls it the death tunnel. When antibiotics finally broke tuberculosis in the 1950s, Waverly's purpose vanished. The sanatorium closed in 1961, reopened briefly as a geriatric center, and then shut down for good in 1980 after reports of neglect and overcrowding. Since then, the building has stood mostly empty, peeling paint, broken windows, and long hallways that still smell like dust and disinfectant. Today, Waverly Hills is one of America's most famous haunted hospitals. Tour groups walk its corridors by flashlight, hearing about shadow figures at the end of the hall, voices in rooms no one uses, doors that slam on their own, and footsteps echoing through the tunnel long after the last gurney rolled out. The owners call it a place where history and the paranormal overlap. Everyone else just calls it heavy. Maybe it's just creaking floors, wind, and the power of suggestion. Or maybe a building that saw that much slow suffering doesn't go silent just because the charts are gone. So if you found yourself on that hill tonight, with one door open to the dark inside and the death tunnel yawning below, would you walk the halls or head back down before something follows you out?